Royale, here in Jamaica, was once considered the most wicked city in the world. They had more bars and brothels per square foot than any other place on the planet. It was said to be just full of cutthroats and pirates, but during this time, the King of France, Louis XIV, he began to persecute the Protestants and the Huguenots in the kingdom, and many fled. That's when Louis Galdy and his brother Laurent came to Port Royal. When Louis Galdy arrived, he was absolutely dumbfounded at the unrestrained immorality, violence, and extravagance that filled Port Royal. That's why nobody was surprised when the judgment of God finally happened. Just before noon, June 7, 1692, there was a massive earthquake that affected the whole island. Port Royal, in particular, 2/3 of it slid into the sea. Then came a tsunami. Thousands perished. Unfortunately, even Louis Galdy was swallowed up in the earthquake. You know, much of Jamaica is a rock, but Port Royal was built on the sand. And so when the earthquake struck, the sand virtually liquefied, swallowing much of the city and thousands of people. Louis Galdy was buried alive. But while underground, he was still conscious, and he prayed. He resigned himself to his fate, prayed to the Lord, and then another miracle happened. There was an aftershock with volcanic activity that exploded, blowing Louis Galdy out of the earth hundreds of yards off into the sea, where he had a pretty hard landing, but he was able to swim until he was rescued. Louis Galdy dedicated the remaining 47 years of his life to serving Jesus in this island, and he's even buried here still today. You know, the Bible tells us just before Jesus comes back, conditions in the world will be very much like they were in Sodom and in Port Royal. There's going to be a tremendous earthquake, and even islands will be swallowed up. But God's people don't need to be afraid. The same way that the Lord took care of Louis Galdy, He will take care of you. It says in Psalm 91 that you might see 1,000 fall at your side or 10,000 at your right hand, but only with your eyes will you see and behold the destruction of the wicked. He can protect you and resurrect you. Friends, if you enjoyed what you've just seen, we'd like to invite you to subscribe to the Amazing Facts channel.